The book I want to tell you about, it is called, let me find my file. It's the Rat Pack Confidential. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Peter, Joey, and the Last Great Showbiz Party by Sean Levy. It was written or released rather in 1999. I just stumbled across it on Audible. I have Audible. I'm old. My eyes aren't what they were. I can never find the goddamn glasses, so I just listen to Audible. It's wonderful. It's cheap. It's $20. You can get 4 or 5 books a month or something. It's a fantastic deal for me. And it gets me away from the idiot TV. My wife is a psychotherapist, so she's always reading, so I can join her this way. Of course, she reads, don't read the fluff I read, but, important, smart people stuff. But anyway, I include this book in this report here, so because really the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra, they're part of the zeitgeist, aren't they, of gangsterdom in the 1960s. They're everywhere. So I wanted to cover that. Recommend the book. It's about the Rat Pack in its heyday, excuse me, late 1950s through 64, I think they more or less stopped. I want to tell you something. I knew a guy named Art Shea, a wonderful, wonderful man. I met Art because I wrote a book on the gangster Roger Toohey, and Art had been sent by Time Magazine. Art worked for all the big, big names, big name publications, which are mostly gone now. So Time sent him to get a photo of Toohey in Stateville before he was released, and I had to contact him, and I interviewed him, and we got to. He was just a wonderful man, and he invited me to Chicago, and we went on a radio program on whatever the huge station is out there. Well, he was just a wonderful guy. He was very kind. He was a writer as well, so he was very kind to all young writers. I was a young man, very kind to all young writers, really. He showed me Chicago. I'd never been there. And I saw, this is a guy who knew where the bones were buried. He knew everything about that town, and he showed me this was here and that was there. We went through the neighborhood that had been Nelson Algren had written about it in the movie that Frank Sinatra was in about a car dealer or a drum player. And so that neighborhood was knocked down, but he showed me all that. It was pretty cool. He said that when he went to Las Vegas for Look or Life magazine, he was there for a long time, a couple of weeks, taking photos, interviewing these guys, Sinatra and all that. He said everything in the show they put on was exactly the same every night, including the mistakes. You thought, well, that was a goof. Well, it wasn't. It was purposely. And he said they never failed. They always delivered the exact same performance. It started at such and such a time and it ended at exactly such and such a time. Amazing, wasn't it? So the book is about. Oh, by the way, he told me he went out to Vegas and he wanted to get a story on Mo Dalitz, who at that point was still a shadowy figure. You couldn't discuss mob stuff with Mo Dalitz. He'd get up and walk away because he fancied him. Really, he was a gambler. That's about it. By today's standards, I don't know. Would he be a mob guy? He was hiding money, but Dalitz really built Chicago, not Bugsy Siegel. Dalitz made sure they had hospitals and roads, nurses and doctors, a middle class to support the casinos. But anyway, he went out there to get a photo of Dalitz, and they wouldn't let him bring a camera in. So he went out to a bar in a casino, he and his wife, and he tried to look like he's just another tourist, but he rigged his hat so he could put a camera on top of his head and he could snap the photo with his hand in his pocket. And he waved down Mo Dalitz. He said, "Hi, Art Shea. I'm here doing this, blah, blah, blah." And Mo Dalitz said, "Yeah, I heard." And they had a conversation. And before Dalitz walked away, he said, "Should I stand a little bit back so you can get a better shot of me through your hat?" Anyway, the book is about the Rat Pack and all the guys who are around them. The artists, the comic singers, songwriters, gangsters, politicians, John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe. It's about the debauchery and the professionalism. All of that you see in this book took a total on these guys. They aged very early and they died relatively early. Anyway, I recommend you read it. It's a good book. You might like it. All right?
We're going to ask the audience, and we are going to join in applauding both orchestras here tonight.
I think that's swell.
Really, magnificent job.
Mr. Count Basie and the wonderful
And
orchestra.
Quincy Jones, who conducted for me, and George Rhodes.
Stand up, ladies and gentlemen. George Rhodes. Michael Silver, stand up there. Mr. Quincy Jones directing there. Oh, you told him that? Well, you know, you have to explain it a lot because we all look alike.
Let us pray. Dearly beloved. Oh, excuse me.
Hey, could we all finish by doing one number?
May we, not can we. May we, never in the same way.
Sam, not can we. Fight. Oh, if I find out that's true, my heart is broken.
May we? Can we?
May we? Could we?
John,
May we?
Yes, sir.
May we, that's French.
Okay.
All right. We can use that.
Well, what about doing a number together?
Yeah, now you're talking. We're gonna
Could we do Birth of the Blues together and each person take
Why
a little
not,
bit?
Sam?
Gee, that sounds like a swell idea. I'll get Mickey and Judy and we'll build a barn. When's the last time you seen an Italian cut? I'm gonna cut him. You know, if he touches me one more time. He ain't got no chance.
I'd like to get out of this act, if you don't mind. I gotta catch a plane.
Yeah, what the mic's close.
You want the mics closer?
All right.
It'll be my guess.
Then we'll just be one.
We don't need this?
Don't need this, huh?
I thought it was separate but equal. I will start it off. It's my number. If you don't mind.
Oh, I ain't gonna fight with all your troops.
I tell you, if we ever get in the lead, you two cats are first. Would you give me
no way, baby. Go ahead.
Give me a keynote, George, please.
Anybody wants, put on my track.
I'm sorry.
What is with you with
Okay.
the foot?
They heard.
Oh, there's a gangster sleeping upstairs. Easy.
Quiet, Sam. Subtlety, baby.
All right, sweet cakes. Oh, my goodness gracious. They...
No. The guy in the back can't hear you. Go ahead, a little more, baby. Loosen up.
They... You may be my leader, but I'm going to punch you right in your mouth. Oh, they! That's better. All right.
I gotta catch a train sooner. Yeah.
What are you complaining about? I gotta go to a bar mitzvah in a minute. They heard the breeze through the trees, singing weird melodies, and they named that the start of the blues.
And from a jail came a wail from a down-hearted frail, and they called that the start of the blues. From a whippoorwill high on a hill.
How about that?
They took a new note, or shut in a horn till it was born. I'll call you if I need you. Till it's a blue note. Get off the stage. And then they nursed it, and they rehearsed it.
How does it feel to sit in the back of the bus?
Then I gave out the news that the Southland really gave birth.
Let's give Dean a chance.
Shut